We're heading towards a civil war. I don't think there's any doubt. We looked at the indices out there, and these are unbridgeable divides right now, and getting deeper. And the Democratic Party is getting more and more radical. Look, everything we're dealing with right now is about illegal aliens. Whether it's they want to spend $1 trillion on their health care, whether they're demanding a census that counts them for congressional races and for electoral college, whether it's the mass deportations that we're trying to get done in Portland, Chicago, Los Angeles. Everything's, if they don't have illegal aliens, if they don't have a foreign entity in here and folks in here, they don't have there's no way for them to put together the votes. They love democracy, but it's just the math doesn't work. You saw the Supreme Court today. You see these redistricting fights, and the redistricting fights are kind of like the kids in this chat room. If we had enough stones and urgency and maximalization strategy, the 21 would already be up on the table, right? We'd be now executing how you do it. We have to do a whole fight about that. So the establishment, because they come up in this paradigm where the established order controls everything, and they want to be part of the established order. And we see that we got here, we've gotten here over 40 or 50 years, and we've won enough times as Republicans, the House, the Senate, the presidency. The country's basically on a cliff of an abyss. And if it hadn't been for Trump, with all his imperfections, the country would be over. So it's just going to get worse. We're going to always have, like this thing in Kansas, where they're going to throw, people under the bus immediately and cower and be supplicants and ask for forgiveness for people who are not worthy of us asking for forgiveness. And the fight is going to get more intense. The left is going to get more radical. They're going to go up more the escalatory ladder. Look, Mangini's a hero to them. You got to face, and Mondami, he's a Marxist jihadist that's going to win, I don't know, by 15 points or so in New York City. Sadiq Khan, everything they have is even more radical than you can anticipate. It's getting worse every day. They're not being resolved. There's nothing, and it's really nothing to debate. We have this chasm, and to me, it's the issue I have is that the Trump administration and Pam Bondi and the crew are not moving quickly enough. They had a thing today in the Oval, which was great, about stopping, violence in the streets. That's great, and I appreciate that. But we have to focus on the deep state. We have to focus on taking this apparatus. We only have a short window of time, I think, to be able to do this, and we're not prioritizing it, and we're not hiring enough U.S. attorneys to focus on it, and we're not getting that. If we don't get that done, these statistics we're putting out and the great job at Cash and people and Dan Bongino are doing about arresting bad guys is not going to matter, because you're going to have more bad guys later invited back in by these people. So now it's time to, I think, maximize our own strategy, seize the institutions, and move with a sense of urgency.